At first I was afraid, I was petrified. Just kidding, this is not a musical. Well, hello. Camera 2 just fell. Let's do an instant replay of that. Take 2. I rescued you. Hey everybody, welcome to Stay at Home Garage. My name's Tony. Today we are moving from concentrating on the exterior of the truck to the interior of the truck. There's some things in there that are broken, some things in there that have literally been broken ever since I bought the truck whenever I was 15 years old. And today we're gonna fix them. We got some new parts. So stay tuned. We're gonna see what we can fix on the inside. And I'll get you in here and show you all around. Camera 2? Yeah. You ready? Okay, good. Every car has its own story, but they all have something in common. They each need someone to help them tell that story. And that's where you and I come in. Now, I'm no expert. I've learned what I can over the years, but I do this for fun in my driveway like so many of you. And that's what this channel is about. We're going to try some new things, we're gonna laugh, and we're gonna have fun with cars. My name is Tony, and this is Stay at Home Garage. Before I get you in here and show you everything we're gonna be working on today, you might be thinking, Tony, there's something different about you. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I did it. I'm wearing a vest. It's on the chilly side. I'm entitled to wear a vest. All right, well, let's get you in here and show you everything that we're gonna be working on today. We do have the original door panels. You can see they definitely have some wear and tear on them. These are from belt buckles or something. Maybe not belt buckles. I don't know. I don't know what these are from. These are little indentions that you can see that are kind of in this armrest here. So we're not going to replace this today, but we are going to replace the armrest. It is well worn and it's just kind of an eyesore, so we're going to take care of that today. We got some new ones. We are also going to be replacing this air conditioner vent because it doesn't like to stay where it needs to go. I will say none of these teeth in here, or these vents, I'm going to call them teeth, vent things, these things that go up and down. That's what I'm talking about. They look like teeth. Dash teeth. Yep, they're dash teeth. Anyway, none of those are broken on this one, but he doesn't like to stay where he's at. He'll be up here for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're freezing your leg off. There's my leg. So we're going to replace that one. We are also going to replace this guy. Now, he does stay because, well, you know what? You got the nickel plating there. Well, okay, not nickel plating, more like an actual nickel that takes up room. So that way this guy stays. But you can see all of its dash teeth are completely broken. So we're going to replace that one. And then we are... on the web. What? You found dash teeth on the web? They're listening to us, guys. Oh, well. We're going to be replacing this as well. It's actually in pretty good shape. It just has a little crack right there. And then we're going to be replacing this vent over here as well. As you can see, it just likes to decide where it goes. So it doesn't really like to stay. Never mind, we don't need to fix it. Nah, we better still fix it. And then we're going to replace that guy, that armrest over there as well. And also, while we're at it, I do have all my original gauges. And the only two that don't work are this one and the clock. So the make sure that we're charging gauge and the clock. Now, these clocks are about $100, at least ones that I can find. And I don't really want to spend that right now. I do want to replace it because I think having a clock here is like super cool, but we're not going to do it right this second. But we got a new one of these, or actually it's a new old one of one of these, but it's been tested and it works, so we're going to try to replace that while we're in here. So that's what we're going to be working on today. First things first, let's get this dash hat off. Now, I don't know if some of you guys are like me and you just have stuff that happens to you that like only could happen to you. Real quick story. I had some interior work done one time. Actually, I had the back of these seats recovered. And it was one of those things where like my dad found someone or heard of this woman that through a friend and through that friend's cousin, through that person's tax accountant, someone's dog. Well, whenever she called and she said, "Hey, I'm done. You can come get the truck." I said, "Okay, great." So my friend and I went and picked up the truck, and she was like wiping down my door panels with this stuff. And it was a very pungent smell. And she goes, "Hey, do you see how, this is exactly how she talked to you. I'm not making fun of this woman. She was very nice. But this is exactly how she talked." She goes, "Hey, do you see how shiny these door panels are?" And I said, "Yeah, they look pretty good." But it's pungent. It's a pungent scent. What are you wiping on it? She was like, "Mayonnaise." And I said, "What?" She goes, "I'm wiping mayonnaise all over it. It really brings out the oils. It brings out what? The oil and the mayonnaise really brings out the shine." So, for about a year, I attracted all kinds of flies. Now, let's do the very delicate process of taking this dash hat off. You may recall, that's what I call this, because it's just one of those repop things. So let's take those off. Let's take it off really quick. You gotta be real careful. Okay. Now, I'm sure that there's some people that are thinking, "Well, Tony, why don't you just redo the dash that you have in here? Come on, you can do it. If you want to do it all budget, you can do it. Come on." Nah, you just can't. Look, you can't. This one is too far gone. People have been cutting holes in them. I don't know why. It's too far gone. So we will save up and get a new dash, but it's not going to be today. They're like $300 and something. Listen, I'm kind of like Johnny Cash. We're going to be redoing a lot of stuff on this truck, one piece at a time, but it's costing me all the dimes. All right, our next step is to get the dash out here so that we have access to everything that we need to access. Yeah, okay. And we're going to be replacing the vents and the gauge over here. Also, if you're ever taking one of these dashes out, 81 through 87 square body years, you got to remember these bolts down here and bolts on the side. I guess they're really screws. Sorry, let's do screws. Screws down here and the screw on the side over there to get these out. A lot of people don't realize, no, I didn't realize until I got the 80 GMC Jimmy, that the dashes are different. They look really similar when you're not looking, but you can see that there's quite a bit of differences between them. So a lot of parts, even though they're all square bodies, a lot of parts don't necessarily interchange between, the original square body. I think the first one was early in the 70s. I can't remember. 73, I think. I'm not sure. 73, 74. But it's not just 74 through 87, okay? So if you're doing dash stuff on a 81 through 87, that's different than 1980 and prior. Okay, we got that out of the way. Let's get to work. Also, I haven't forgotten about you, camera 2. You're going to be on this side of things. Yeah. Yeah, it's like you're riding outside. Yeah. Don't fall, though. No, you like to do that. Had to get a small little guy for this one. Take him out. And we can start concentrating on all the other ones up back here. Okay. He's out. Now let's look at this. Okay, I already got those over there. In case you're wondering, this is a 9/32. Man, the more that I look at this dash, the more cracks I see. Just looks like the Hulk smashed it. What I like to do with these screws is I put them in the floorboards, that way I lose them and I can't find them later. Just makes life more exciting. Do you guys ever do that? Do you ever like do something that you know you shouldn't do? Like I should get like a little cup and put my screws in them, but I don't. What do you do? Put it in the comments. What do you do when you're working that you're like, I know I shouldn't do this. I know that there's better ways to do this, but you're like, I'm lazy. I'm not going to do that. All right. I'm going to get these screws out. Let's speed up. A lot of people don't know this, but to work on cars, sometimes you have to be a gymnast. Oh, the back. The back, yep, okay. Gotta get this air conditioning ductwork out of here. Ductwork, you know what I mean. There we go. Are you out? Okay, you're out. What are you hooked to over here? Come on, you're out. Oh yeah. Here, let's go the other way. Nope, let's go this way. 3D coming at you. All right, not gonna touch the camera. I touched the camera. Okay, so now you can kind of see more of the inner workings that we're dealing with. there's my glove box stuff. Wow, dusty. Okay. All right, next step is to get that dash bezel off and go from there. Cool. Okay. Pause for hydration. Hydrated. All right. I'm gonna scooch in here. So to get this guy off, we got to get these screws out. I've never done this before. This is like a fun and interesting thing. Cool. Exciting. This is exciting. Like I think this is going to be the first time this has been off since 1987. How cool is that? This guy, different size, of course. What about this guy? Ooh, different size, of course. What about you? Wait. Okay, so it's not some mismatch in hardware in here, so this is not going to be the first time since 1987 that this has been off. Good to know. I mean, I don't know why it's good to know, but it's good to know. You know, you can never know too much about your vehicle. Don't you agree? I thought so. What about you? Do you fit? No! Are you going to be metric? No, you're not. Why would... Who came in here? Oh, never mind. It's the right size. Careful. Careful. More careful. Less careful. Now, all the cares. And now I'm full of joy. 'Cause I got it out. There we go. What is... I think all the plastic threads just came with that. That'll be fun getting that back in. That's a future Tony problem. Okay. Oh, dummy. Forgot this screw. Take you out. This is why you just don't force things, guys. I could have cracked that real fast. Oh. I use a screwdriver with my left hand. It's the hardest thing in the world. Those people that can do things with both their hands, what are they called? Amsterdam Mecharis? I wish I was Amsterdam Mecharis. Oh, I got to get these out. I left a lot. I just was not prepared. I was not paying attention. I hope this project doesn't snowball. Famous last words. Well, just because I said that, this video is now going to be 2 years in between me taking this dash off. Hopefully not. All right. Do you guys remember these? Quick release. This is how old this is. So this lower steering column cover, it's another example of what I was talking about. This actually doesn't fit. Before I got this, I guess the original one must have broken, or well, I don't know. But anyway, it has been replaced with one from a 80 or earlier square body. And it doesn't really fit. Like, does it do the job? Does it cover? Yeah, but it doesn't really fit like it's supposed to. So we got a new one of those too. The old one must have got broken or something like that, so they decided to put this one in, which is also broken. Cool. I can't see what I'm doing over there. Can you see? How are you looking? More? Less? All right. See? Broken. Broken. You know what I found to be awesome ever since I started this YouTube channel? Besides all you cool cats and kittens, I'm always recording. So there's hardly ever a time where I'm like, where'd that go? Because I can always just go back and look at the recording. All right. Radio's out. Straight out of 1998. Okay, let's take you out now. Lift up. Where are you? Oh, yeah. Don't need you anymore. It's the old alarm system that stopped working. Well, it looks like, yeah, that's... Just realized that my indicator's broken. Well, dang, I'm going to have to do this again one day, aren't I? Gonna have to do this again one day if I ever want to fix that. Okay. Well, I know where to get one of those. Alright, so let's take this clear plastic off. This is going to be a great time to clean this. Let's see. Are you going to be a 9:30 seconds as well? Nope, you're going to be smaller. Cool. I can do that. I can handle that. Alright. Whatever. Got a whole thing here. Hey, for future Tony, the smaller chrome looking screws are for the clear plastic. Boy, I should have just went ahead and got that clock. I don't want to do this again. Okay, so we've gotten everything off now. It's gonna be a great time to clean everything. We're gonna replace this gauge here. All right, let's see. Hopefully, does the lights work? Huh. This would be a great time to change all the light bulbs too, wouldn't it? Man, look, I wish I would have bought them. Work on getting this guy out. Oh. All right, so let's go get our new used new one, I don't know, and see if that works. I hope it works. Something that I found interesting is, look at the speedo. See how it says Chev at the top there? Why do you think it says Chev on it? I mean, obviously that means Chevrolet, but do you think that there was a difference between the speedometers between a Chevrolet and a GMC? Again, I know 87, 80, but what's the significance of that? If you know that, put that down in the comments. I'd be interested to know, like, why'd we feel like we needed to do that? That's cool. Original one we bought off eBay. That's supposed to be tested. I really hope this works. I'm just going to put in one screw here, just in case if there's, I don't know, I'm assuming since this is all basically plastic, there's not any real reason that would affect any ground or anything like that, but let's see what happens. It works! Look at this! Look at that! We're charging! Oh, boy, howdy! I really wish I would have got the clock. Dang it! But all this makes me happy. This is cool. All right. That was cool. I mean, these are the simple joys of being a car person that, like, you're like just a normal person would not give a hoot if their gauge works. And I'm like, this is awesome. That gauge doesn't work for like 3 years. And it took me starting a YouTube channel to be like, I'm gonna put a new gauge in. Let's do that. I'm a happy man. That was cool. Hey! So I just took this off and it just came unplugged. So I just gotta find the plug, and this thing might still work. I mean, it doesn't have a second hand, but this thing might still work. I just gotta find the plug. All right, let's go hunting. Let's go hunting. Y'all, I just discovered that the reason why my clock wasn't working is because it literally somehow got unplugged from the back. I have now found that plug, and when I plugged it back in, this clock works. This clock from 1987 works. I almost bought a new one for $95. This is why you stay at home sometimes and you just tinker. You find stuff that you just didn't know. I saved myself $100. This is amazing. I'm so ecstatic right now. So okay, I'm gonna run this wire back where it needs to be. I'm gonna clean this guy up, and then I'm gonna start putting some stuff back together. I need to get this vent out because I want to replace this vent as well. But guys, we're on our way. This is like, once I plug this back in, 100% of my gauges work. The only thing that's still broken is this guy. Like I wish I would have got another one of those, but you know what? I can handle that. I'm over the moon right now. Okay, we're gonna do some cleaning now before we start putting some stuff back together. Just do a little bit of detailing here, because who knows when the next time we're gonna take this dash off. Be very careful. Okay, good as new. And there we go. We can now tell time again. Oh my gosh, how cool. How cool. It is now on the correct time. Oh, I'm so cool. I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay. Clock's working. So now we're back in time. What movie is that? What movie is that? That's an easy one. All right. Tell me what movie it is in the comments. when you're putting these gauges in, do not over tighten these gauges because you're dealing with some brittle plastic in there, okay? So you just want to make sure they're in there and they're snug. Okay? All right, cool. Glad we talked about that. We talked about it? Glad we talked about it. All right. By the way, this old vent, it's escalated. It's gotten up there. I had to take this off down here to get this out. But we're gonna replace that vent. So here we go. We're gonna clean this up, and then it's time to start replacing vents, which is originally what we set out to do today. Snowball just keeps rolling, but for good things. All right, all gauges are working. Now, I went ahead and I decided that since I'm already in here, I'm just gonna go ahead and run to the parts store and see if I can get any light bulbs to brighten up this dash a little bit. We got 2 light bulbs out, so it will make a big difference. But we're already in here. Let's just go ahead and do it. Let's try to do some things right. All right, just got back from the parts store, and now we're gonna see if the new light bulbs work. Now, what we're gonna do right now is a lot of these parts are pretty dusty. Some of them haven't seen, light since 1987. This, it's pretty dirty. So we're gonna go put this in the official parts cleaner. Yeah.
Tony, are you washing car parts in the sink again?
No, just doing the dishes. Had to take the vest off. This is getting a little hot. All right, have our new bulbs. I just washed my hands to get all the oil off of them because you never really want to touch these with the tips of your fingers because they have so much oil on them, and that can cause these to burn out quicker. But I just washed mine to get all that oil off. Let's see if that works. Oh no, so it's something else. It's not the light bulbs. That makes me sad. Guess we'll have to figure that out later. But not right now. Not right now. Uh-oh. Well, look at that. Hey. See, I think this has bad ground. That's kind of what it looks like. Okay. I just wasn't making good connection. Okay. There we go. Let's see about this other one. This is taking longer than I want. This is the one right here. There we go. Now let's see. Dang, so it's something to do with the ground back here, and I can't get to it without taking all of this out. I don't really want to do that. Not right now, anyway. Starting to be up against it, I got other things I need to do. We got 1 out of the 2 working again. That's just gonna have to do for right now. Okay, so we have all the gauges back together. We did get 1 of the 2 light bulbs that were out. We got those back in. So now let's start on the vents and start putting some stuff back together. And I don't know if you've met my wife and I's little sweetheart yet, but here she is. You're looking at me. So we've had to move over to our workbench, which is AKA tailgate. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the vents out of the dash and out of this guy right here, replace them with the new vents that we got from AMD. And we'll kind of go more through that as we go along. So first things first, let's get these out of here. Okay. So we actually got a whole new one. Believe it or not, I mean, this guy, I think he looks okay. This is more of a sticker than plastic. But I got him from Amazon. So, yeah, we'll see. You know what? He wasn't that expensive, obviously. But if he works, awesome. If he doesn't, then we always can try something different. But let's try the cheap thing first, right? By the way, yeah, I changed clothes again. I don't know if I said that yet, but I changed clothes again. It got hot. So, here we go. Wait, look at that. That actually worked. Okay. So because this guy came from Amazon, and it's not the most high quality thing in the world, it didn't have these holes pre-drilled for me for our emblem. So we're going to work on that a little bit. Again, this is just a sticker, so it shouldn't be too hard. Don't be like me and stab your finger whenever you're doing this. That was dumb. That was really dumb, Tony. Okay, hey, doesn't look too bad. We'll take that. All right. Put you back on. Uh-oh, don't do that. Okay, where's the other guy? Here we go. We're getting there. Hey! First thing's up. Or first thing's back on. Okay. There we go. If I was really restoring this, I probably should have got a new emblem, or I could restore this one probably. It's not cracked or anything. What's great is these vents are labeled. So this is outer left air vent. This one is center right. This is air vent outlet right. And we got our square one over here. So we'll take care of that one later. So for this trim piece, we need the outer rights. So let's look. Outlet right. Outlet right. Yep. Okay. All right. We got our first one in. So let me show you why these wear out from time to time. So do you see how it has this little cushion guy at the end? Little cushion guy at the end. This fits between the little mounting area and the vent itself. So that helps it stay wherever the passenger kind of directs it. So it's awesome. All right. There we go. Now that can go back on here. Cool. Oh, this is going to be awesome. Okay, I can confirm that this has been out before. I don't know why someone has gotten out. Maybe they replaced these vents not too long ago, or, well, when I say not too long ago, maybe they replaced these vents at another point. It's definitely been a long time ago. But I can see now where the tabs on this, where we only had one tab here, the rest of them have been broken off, and there were screws in there for those. So I'll have to figure out how we can fix this new one up. Well, had to run to the parts store to get some of these Dorman thread cutting nuts, because where this thing had been off before, someone had put screws in, and it wasn't doing the thing. It wasn't doing what it was supposed to be doing. So now we got the right ones. Okay. Again, you don't want to over tighten things because then you could snap off all the good work you just did. So I tried a different camera too, and it died. It died real fast. So you're just gonna get camera one. Back to the old days. All right, here we go. Should probably clean him. Clean. Ricola. Okay. Does anyone even remember that commercial? Or am I just old? Okay. You getting a good angle of my back? Sorry. One camera problems. Okay. Well, because they only had one assortment of these thread cutting nuts, we can only put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We only put 6 of them on. Out of the 2, 3, see 6, 7, 8, out of the 9. So 6 out of 9 I guess is not that bad. That's like what? 80%. Sure. All right, so unfortunately, we're gonna have to call it for this evening. This is where we've landed. So far, I really like it. I love the vents. They are adjustable. They stay where they're supposed to stay. They look great. I'm not a super duper fan of the Amazon piece right here. There's a few detail things that are different than the original one, but that's okay. You know what? We're not going for perfection. We're going for functionality. So tomorrow, you'll see finishing the rest of, or replacing the rest of the vents and putting the dash back together. And then, can't forget the armrests. See you tomorrow. Good morning. Okay, I'll be honest with you. It's afternoon. Went to church, had some lunch with the wife and our dog. Then I may have just woke up from a little bit of a nap. So, there's nothing that can get me more excited than finishing up this. So we're going to try to get this done today, get new armrest pads up on both sides, finish up the dash, finish up the vents, and I think we should be good for today, or for this episode. We'll see. It's an adventure. We'll see what happens. So as you can see, my gear selector indicator is broken, but guess what I found? The other side of it. So we're going to try to get some super glue, glue this back on, adjust this cable right here so that way it actually moves whenever it's supposed to move. So let's see what we can do with that first. We had to move inside the garage because it's a little windy outside today. Also, there's some rain coming. But this really made me realize I really gotta clean. I gotta clean this. This is bad. How am I supposed to work when I don't have a workplace? Come on, Tony. What are you doing? Answer that question. I don't know. All right, let's get this super glue going here. Okay, cool. Don't know if that worked. Here we go. Okay, so I think I got this all glued. We're gonna let that dry. That took a lot longer than what I wanted it to. The glue wasn't gluing. It wasn't sticking. This is probably not going to work. This is really just hopeful thinking. But we'll give it a shot. All right. Now, back to vents. Not vents like a dude, but like vents, V-N-T-S. V-E-N-T-S. You get what I'm saying. Next challenge, next vent. We're going to try to get this guy out without breaking everything. So, probably going to speed this section up a little bit. And go. All right, we got it out. So now we just got to put the new one in, and then we're bada bing, bada boom, done. This one really wasn't in bad shape. But since we're in here and we're going to be doing them anyway, let's just go ahead and do them. Because we'll compare the new one to the old one. Well, and I mean, come on. Pretty good right there. So now we just put it back together. I guess we could be a good car owner and clean these out. Go put these in the parts cleaner again. I think my wife's upstairs. Uh-oh. Here's some cracking. All right, so now we're gonna put it back together without cracking any plastic pieces that aren't already cracked, because some of these are cracked. Okay. We're now good. That one's good now. How are you doing over here? Not well, Tony. Not well. I don't know how this thing's not going to work. Okay, for some reason I'm never going to buy this glue again, because I can't put it together, or it won't glue. It just won't glue. Which, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to glue if you buy glue. Hey, why are you sideways? Sit up. Sit up straight. Come on. Sure, okay. Anyway, I don't know if you can see what I'm doing or not, but here's what I want to do. I want to put this guy back together with this guy, and I think I'm just going to try to melt them together. I'm going to do some plastic welding, which is just melting. I'm going to melt them together. I don't think this is going to work, but you know what? I can't break something that's already broken, right? We're going to use it by using this guy. You can never get them lit. Okay, so it's kind of already working. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to heat up this already ruined screw, make it nice and hot, and we're going to make some, I guess, melts, not welds. Yeah, we'll call it welds, around it. And then we'll put glue on top of it and see how that feels. I was just looking at the other day on Amazon. I was like, man, I should get me a plastic welding tool. When am I ever going to use one of those? So while that is drying, we have one last vent to replace, which is actually the vent that I originally wanted to replace. So just got one more. This one right here. And once we replace that one, then we are done, ladies and gentlemen. Well, done with this part. You know what I mean. Okay. Ooh. What was that? Okay. Need to get my screwdriver. Okay. There's that one. Let's get our new one. Okay. Let's see if that made a difference. I mean, sure. It's the only one I haven't been super duper happy with, but also I noticed whenever I took this off, that I have a screw missing. So let's see if we can find a screw that's going to fit in there. Hey, it's working. We'll take it. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. So that could have been my problem with this particular vent, is that all my screws were missing for some reason. Hey, settle. Maybe they all rattled out or something, I don't know. Now let's see if that made a difference. Oh yeah. That made a difference. Perfect. All right. I think we're ready for reassembly now. Golly, it's been a long time coming. All right, let's do this. So you saw me take everything apart. Now we just got to reinstall it. So let's speed it up, do a little time lapse, because you already saw it come apart. So if you know how to take it apart, you know how to put it back together. It's pretty easy. But if I run into any issues, if I see anything interesting, I'll tell you. So it's time to put all this back together. This is the lower steering column cover that is from a 1980 or earlier square body. People think that they can interchange, but they really can't. This is from a 1981 to 87. So this is actually going to work so much better. The holes are going to line up. Everything's going to look good. I'll show you in just a second. Next, we are going to move on to the armrests. I'm going to do the armrests probably tomorrow. It's a little dark. I like to work outside. My shop doesn't have a lot of lights and stuff like that in it, so I want to make sure I don't strip any screws out or anything like that. So we're calling it a night for tonight, but we will be back tomorrow. This is awesome. Oh yeah, and I forgot too. We put new amp gauge in it as well, and we got our clock working again. So now 100% of our gauges work. So I'm happy. I'm very happy. Very ecstatic even. Look at me. Don't I look ecstatic? Okay. See you tomorrow. Hello, and welcome back to day 3 of this one-day project. Today, we're going to try to get these armrests off. I've never really had great luck getting armrests off and not tearing them up. I'm pretty sure I'm going to tear these up. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, Tony, this one's already torn up, so what? Who cares? Well, I don't know. Some other guy might need these, and I might be able to give them to him. Or, heck, what if the new ones, I don't like the way they look? Or they feel weird on my catfish belly, you know? So anyway, can you hear me, Mike? It's windy out here, so I just want to make sure you can hear me. All right, well, I'm gonna try finding these screws that's buried under a lot of padding and stuff. So I'm gonna try to find these and get this out of here. If I find anything interesting, I'll show you. Good news. So I got the 2 screws out of the door panel there. Yep, I did that. I should have looked up directions. I should have maybe Googled or YouTubed some things. But you have to take the whole door panel off. So, I'm gonna do that. How you do that, there's plenty of how to do that on YouTube. So if you need to know how to do it, go on YouTube, but put it very simply. You just see where screws are, and you remove them. The toughest ones are the ones that I already got, the ones in the armrest, because they kind of sneak up on you, and people may not know to look for those. But if you want to replace the armrest, you got to take this whole kit and caboodle off. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So I feel like I'm always saying this, but we're gonna run out of light. But I think I'm just gonna try as best I can to just push forward, you know? But since we're in here, my door lock won't work on this side. It's the weirdest thing. It'll work on that side, so that door lock locks both doors. This door lock does not lock any door. So we're gonna see if we can hunt down what's going on with this too. Ow. Watch out for that thing. Hey, come here. Come here, I need your help. I need you to look down in this hole for me and see if you see any broken wires or anything, okay? You got it? And don't be scared. I'll turn the light on for you. Don't be scared. Okay? It'll be dark, but I'm here with you. We're in this together. I just can't fit in there. Okay, this is what we're looking for. What's in here? Okay. What do you see? Can you see anything? What about up there? See anything? That's what we're supposed to be looking for. What do you say? What do you see? Things have escalated. Remember that time we were just going to change the armrest? We're under the dash trying to test the door lock relay. I don't know. I'm going to give myself 15 more minutes to work on this, and then we're just going to call it and put the armrests on and make this a problem for tomorrow, Tony. Because the door locks work on the passenger side. The passenger side door lock switch locks both doors. It's just the driver's side one, you know, the more convenient one, does not lock the doors. Maybe it's the relay, maybe not. Here we go. Well, you know the saying, never give up, sometimes surrender. All right, that's not how it goes, but you understand what I'm saying. I did everything I could. I cannot figure out the door lock situation. I'm gonna do a little bit more investigation one day. It's just gonna be a lot of boring wire chasing. I tested the relay. The relay is working. The passenger door switch locks both passenger door and driver's side door, so there's power going to the actuator. My switch is working. I got a test light, and you can see that it powers up the two wires that are supposed to lead back. So my switch is good, my actuator is good. I'm pretty sure my relay is good since it's kicking on for the passenger side. I don't think that it would be a different one, or if there's a separate one. I'm about 99% sure. So little Fiona here and I are just gonna go ahead and move on to the door panels, because I looked at all the wires that are in there behind the door panel, and I think they all look good. But you know what? Taking the door panel off is not too incredibly hard. So if I need to do that again one day, I will. But I'm just going to move on to something that I can enjoy. Let's finish the night on a win, and that's putting on these new armrests. So here's our old one. Here is our new one. Wait, that's the passenger one. You get the idea. Something I discovered is when you take these two screws out, don't just go yanking on this thing, because it's not going to come off. The reason why we got into this whole mess is you have to take the door panel off because of this guy. This guy has a nut on the end here that's inside the door panel that you have to take off. So don't just go yanking on things if you want to save your door panel, okay? Well, while we have it off, we're going to go ahead and do some deep cleaning behind here. And what I mean by that is we're going to rub some Armor All on it just to clean out the dirt. And we're going to put it back on, do the same thing to the passenger side. We're just going to do it here on our little workbench. All right, I'm serious. One of my projects on this channel is going to be fixing up that one car garage to at least where I can work inside that thing sometimes. We're going to do it. I need places to work. Oh, this is not too bad. You sit outside, have yourself a nice beverage while you're doing some work underneath these lights. Not too bad. Anyway, let's get to work. New car smell. How are we looking here? Okay, not too shabby. How's the other side look? This side. How's that look? Yeah, I thought it'd look great. Why would there be any dust in there? You know what this is? It's a lot better than mayonnaise. You know what your car smells like after a week of mayonnaise being spoiled just on your trim pieces? It smells like a week-old mayonnaise that's been stuck in the sun. Hey. Oh, my little pocket has a little cut here. I never knew that. I never see it from this angle. Okay, let's put the new armrest on. So I got these new armrests. They are OER. OER authorized. Don't get the OER unauthorized. Anyway, but I got these from Classic Industries. And I have to say, they're really good quality. I think they're going to last a long time. I got maroon, which that's what color my interior is. Now I know my door panels are faded, but this seems a little bit off. But you know what? I'm going to be okay with it because probably in the future, we're either going to repaint these, kind of re-dye them, or to be not so faded maroon, or we're going to get some new ones. So this is going to be good enough for right now. Either way, the armrests needed to be replaced because, where's it at? Because we were just falling apart. And you know what? A little bit of mismatch looks better than that. So let's put this guy on. What do we think? It's not too bad, right? Yes, it's a little bit mismatched, but I think it looks all right. Yes, we are going to have to dye this whole panel probably one day, or get a new one. Probably dye it. This one's definitely salvageable. But I'm happy with this. I'm happy. I can definitely recommend USA One Industries armrests. Just be prepared that if yours is a little bit faded, then you're going to have to just put up with that, I guess. Okay, let's put it back on the truck. Hey, just kidding. Do you remember way back in the other episodes whenever I said, do you guys out there when you're working on your cars, do you ever like buy stuff and then you forget that you bought it? So I forgot that I have new, I believe these are called window sills. Kind of like the velvet-y looking stuff that goes on top of the door panel. Well, I have new ones, so I'm going to install them while I have them. I think I originally got it for the Jimmy, but okay. I think I originally got it for the Jimmy, but they work on these, which probably means that I had the wrong rubber kit for the Jimmy. Oh well, this is good. Here's our new one. We should just be able to put these on, and oh, this is gonna be freaking awesome. This is gonna be awesome. I'm so excited right now. It's like Christmas. There we go. Now we have new windowsills. Nice and velvety. Okay. Now let's go put this on. And we're going to do the same thing to the other door panel. And you don't need to see that. So I'll let you know whenever we get done. Well, maybe I will show you that, but we'll time lapse it. Instead of slow motion. Like now. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for this episode of Stay at Home Garage. We did armrests. We tried to do the door lock switch. It did not work. We put on new window sills. That's what I'm going to call them, window sills. I think that's what they're called. The velvety cool stuff. That's nice. We did gauges. We did clock. We did vents. We did the decorative piece that holds the vents. So we did a little bit of everything, all in the interior. If you know anything about these door locks, I sure would help. I sure would appreciate the help. Please put it down in the comments. Again, this door switch does nothing. Passenger door switch does something. Here, I'll show you. See? Why? There you go. So anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would be so kind, please comment, please like, please subscribe. I'm just trying to get this YouTube channel up and going. Just try to encourage people to get out, stay at home, try doing it yourself. Try to learn something, because these old trucks, these old cars, they have stories to tell, and you can help tell those stories. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.